job of a cop is to help and guide you to make sure that you don't do things wrong. And we took it very seriously while we decided to form this organization. The founding members met at Henri Fleury's house. How they get up so people can know who you are. And thus the idea was formed. What we really wanted to do was to teach the community how they need to ask the police department to pay attention to them. And to let them know that they must demand services in order for them to receive them. Also, we wanted to recruit new members because my father, when I decided to become a cop, was not very pleased until he understood exactly what it entailed. A career where not only do you get a pension at the end of it, but with a lot of advancement. I had a lot of opportunities as a police officer. We found out exactly what the Haitian community is all about. For those of you who remember in 1986, when they said that HIV/AIDS what came from Haiti, the Haitian community got together and decided to protest. And those of you who remember, over almost 100,000 Haitians took over the Brooklyn Bridge. Now the police department realized that this community really meant business. And they started using the members of HALEFO to what? Certain things. For example, during the funeral of Doris Mont, who was unfortunately killed by a police officer, it got very violent. And if I may, let me just relate a very small story to you. Detective Sige was here, is known very well to the Haitian community. There was a bunch of thugs that wanted to attack him. And then they were stopped by members of the community. They said, no, this officer is one of us. He respects us and he's always telling us what's good for us. Leave him alone. So this is how we took our job by doing community policing. We had the opportunity then in 2010 to go to Haiti to help the Haitian National Police, to grant from the State Department. 6 of us went there, and the program lasted until last year. I want to welcome you, Chief. We would love to come back whenever it's feasible for us to do that. And by we, I mean the active members, because I know that we have a lot to offer, and that the Haitian National Police really appreciates the help that you provide them. You and Commissioner O'Neill already have a good relationship, so maybe some things can be arranged. Commissioner, I want to personally thank you for elevating Detective Herve to first grade. Indeed, he's always in our heart. We continue to pray for him and his dear wife. You know, I need to tell you that the men in blue are always here for each other. We always say that we always there for each other, and now we're leaving it. You can see that we are indeed here for each other. Thank you very much. May you have a great evening. And let me take the opportunity to wish you a happy holiday season and a wonderful 2018.
Kenny Altidor, please come forward. And thank you so much. Commissioner O'Neill, please, if we can beg your indulgence for one more moment. Thank you so much. We have a special presentation from the artists to you. We're going to unveil this O'Neill. We're going to ask for a photo. Some people on this side to even it out. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everyone put your hands together and thank you.
So please put your hands together for Ms. Danielle Jones. Here she is. How are you? We made you wait so long here, right? And the ladies should be first. How about that? Let's say ladies first, but here we go.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you. I'm here on behalf of State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli, and the Comptroller has presented a proclamation. Unfortunately, he was not able to be here. The proclamation proclaimed that State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli does hereby applaud and congratulate you all and the honorees for their outstanding services. Proclaim that on this 9th day of December, Comptroller DiNapoli does join with the people of New York to thank the Haitian American Law Enforcement Fraternal Organization and wishing the organization continued success. We also gave citations to each of the honorees, and we thank you so much for being here. I will present this to your president.
Very well. Now the citation is presented. Are we taking a nice picture for this here, or let's go front here? And the members of HALEFO, you gotta come forward and take the citation given to you. Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, you have been named Women of the Year by the members of HALEFO, and we are presenting to you this award on behalf of HALEFO for your fight for the community and for helping the organization. Here she is. We want to give it up for this lovely lady here, the Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. How are you? Thank you for being here. Nice to see you again. And the award is presented to you. I give you the mic.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, to President of HALEFO, to Chief O'Neill, to the Chief who has traveled from Haiti, to all of the chiefs, inspectors, detectives, to all of the members of HALEFO, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good evening, everyone. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
It is certainly my honor to receive this award from HALEFO because I go way back with this organization. Sergeant Guiteau and the original crew who saw it necessary and saw it important to pull together the officers of the NYPD of Haitian descent really made a strong and bold statement for the extended community. To see that this organization continues to grow from strength to strength is indeed heartwarming. I think it was my mother who was a city councilwoman when the organization was first launched. And she had partners in the NYPD that would help in our community to allay a lot of the challenges that were faced in the community with regard to police and community relations. And HALEFO was such a key component of that. But I wanted to share two things with you this evening, and I really want to have your attention. Right now, in the United States Congress, just this week, a horrendous bill was passed. And it is called the Carry and Conceal Reciprocity Act. What this legislation would do, if passed by the United States Senate is allow for individuals to take their firearms across state lines. And you know that there are parts of this country where you don't even have to have a permit to own a gun. You don't have to have been registered anywhere to own a gun. And we know that we have done everything that we can do in the city of New York to drive down gun violence, and we have to take our hats off to the NYPD and all of you in this room who have been responsible for taking guns out of the hands of those who would do our communities harm. But this legislation, were it to be passed, would put each and everyone's life in danger, particularly those of you in law enforcement, because it's hard enough to know who is carrying a legal handgun, let alone someone who claims that they have a permit to conceal and carry sanctioned by the United States government. So I want to encourage each and every one of you. You are all loved ones. You are the ones who stand on the front lines for our community. You have an obligation to speak up and speak out. Your lives, our lives are on the line. And we will be pressing the U.S. Senate to make sure that this horrendous bill never passes. Let me also say, I have been a witness to what the Haitian American community can do when its mind is made up. I remember the hundreds of thousands who gathered at the Brooklyn Bridge when it was determined, or it was alleged, that Haitian Americans were responsible for HIV/AIDS. Well, now we have another issue before us, and it's whether whether our community will be torn apart because this administration will end temporary protected status. I didn't hear enough voices coming from the Haitian American community around this issue. And we, of all people, know what it is like to have our families torn apart. I've stood on the floor of the House and talked about the fact that we live in blended families. We build strong communities. And maybe someone is a citizen. Maybe someone is a resident. Then maybe someone has DACA certification. And maybe someone is here under temporary protected status. But all have contributed to the growth and development of the United States of America. I have a bill that we are moving. It's bipartisan. Republicans and Democrats are on this bill that would make those who are here with temporary protected status eligible for a 6-year renewal and a pathway to legalization when they can prove hardship. We have to pass this legislation. We cannot leave it up to number 45 to look out for our interests. It is very clear that he will not act in our interests. So to each and every one, I don't mean to get political, but you decided to honor me for Woman of the Year, and I'm bringing it. And so let me end by saying, may God bless you, may God strengthen you. Thank you for all of your sacrifice. I know what it is to be out there on the front lines, protecting and serving our community. And I will never forget the sacrifices of Detective Nimron, who was gunned down, doing what you all have sworn to do, which is to protect and to serve each and every one of us. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. And I look forward to seeing you, hearing from you in Washington, D.C. I also dance compa. Let's get it going.
I also wanted to take this time to present this citation citation to my sorority sister, my Spash, the Honorable Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, who's been such a staunch leader and been really at the forefront representing all of us on this issue. And we appreciate you, we love you, we thank you for your leadership, and we are here, we're going to continue fighting with you and for all the causes that you're fighting in Washington, D.C. So we love you, Congresswoman, and thank you again for all your leadership and all your help for the Haitian community.
Congratulations, Congresswoman. On behalf of Assemblymember Pamela Harris, we congratulate you, we love you, and we say keep up the fight.
Honorable Congresswoman Yvette Clarke is here, congratulating those officers. That's nice. There we go. Detective Duncan could not be here. He was hospitalized, and his lovely daughter is here, Melissa, receiving the award for him. Thank you for being here, and tell your dad that we miss him. He should have been here tonight, right? All right, he's here in spirit. Let's proceed with...
I just wanted to say, again, my name is Assemblymember Rodney's Bouchard, and I want to thank HALEFO for all the work that you've been doing. Detective Vixamar, Detective Duncan, Detective Sige, we appreciate all your years of service. On behalf of the Flatbush community, Brooklyn, Haitian community, we salute you. And we look forward to working with you in your new career endeavors. So we love you and thank you so much. And thank you, HALEFO, again. This is just a wonderful event and all the work that you've been doing to promote Haitian law enforcement officers. Thank you.
Lieutenant Claude Celestin, please come forward. Oh, you mean what? Really? Lieutenant has, okay, Mr. Celestin, he was captain, now he's promoted. Mama, I'm here. I have to say it the right way. Now he's lieutenant. Is that right? Right, congratulations, Mr. Celestin. Come on, give it up for Claude Celestin. Now, lieutenant, from sergeant to lieutenant. Wow. Ok. Les épaulettes de M. Célestin, il les a gagnés sur le champ de bataille. Madame Célestin, s'il vous plaît. They're asking you to come forward and accompany your husband. He is now lieutenant. Here we go. That's nice. Wife is here. Beautiful picture here. The members of HALEFO, and I gotta tell you, Mr. Celestin is very, very dynamic in the organization HALEFO. We gotta give it up for Mr. Celestin. Now, Lieutenant Celestin, put your hands together very loud for the founding father of this organization that tonight is celebrating 20 years of existence. They are Herve, Guiteau, André Fleury, Joe Tassi, and Guy, c'est tout. Thank you guys. Hans Kostov. Okay, are we missing anybody here? Alright, guys, this is a very, very important picture here. Let's do a half circle now. Let's put ourselves together. The people that are back there, we're not going to see you. Members of HALEFO, you're going to be standing next to your founding father, so let's do this the right way. Everybody, let's do this quick so we can proceed with the night.
Okay, everyone ready? Over here. 1, 2, 3. One more. Okay, thank you.
One more.